Welcome back. It's time for our newspaper headlines. We'll be starting with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On the headlines of the Vanguard, we have electricity, Ekiti, Ondo, Edo, others plan tariff review in line with Act on page 16. Tinubu gifts each Falcons player $100,000 national honors house with riders allocates 3-bedroom apartments. Each technical crew got $50,000. Explains why he didn't want to watch final match on page 5. Our resilience saved Nigeria varsities from total collapse under Buhari. This is from ASU on page 11. Over 130 security agents killed in ongoing Katsina anti-banditry war. Bandits killed 38 hostages after collecting 50 million naira ransom in Zamfara. Alright, still on the Vanguard, Alausa unveils initiative to connect Nigerian experts at home diaspora. 2027 coalition about Nigeria, not me, Obi, El Rufai, Amechi. This is from Atiku on page 8. Alright, now to the leadership newspaper. We have Ekiti endorses Tinubu Oyebanji for second term. Death toll in Adamawa flood hits 23. Alright, Nigeria loses 17.9 trillion naira annually to hepatitis, says federal government on page 10. Trending, FG unveils loan scheme for tertiary school workers. Nigeria targets 2 million jobs from housing program. That is on page 2. We still have on the leadership, crisis brews in Kaduna SDP as party bans El Rufai for 30 years. Northern Christians Lord Tinubu back Prof Yulwada as APC chair. Dropped luggage, foreign local airlines must pay $170, 10,000 naira compensation, says NCAA on page 25. Kebbi acquires 2.7 billion naira exercise books for schools. And finally, on the leadership, nurses, midwives set to begin 7-day strike. All right, now we're moving over to the Daily Sun newspaper. We have Ohaneze rejects bill elevating Ooni Sultan above other monarchs. Describes move as discriminatory, harmful to national unity on page 6. FG raises bank reporting threshold to 25 million naira for individuals and 100 million naira for firms. AMPP bloc in APC threatens to quit, alleges marginalization of members on page 6. President Charles Super Falcons with cash gifts, national honors, others on page 30. Still on the Daily Sun, attacks on journalists growing under APC government. This is from MRA. Obi tackles Tinubu on failed campaign promises, wrong statistics. Says presidency feeding Nigerians with misleading, distorted statistics on page 26. We are deploying AI, climate tech to revolutionize food production. This is from Shetima. All right, that is it on the Daily Sun. Over to the Matrix newspaper. On the headlines of the Matrix, we have Tinubu mourns victims of boat mishap in Niger, Yola's flood tragedy. Adamawa government hits Atiku over comments on flood disaster. 2027 PDP ADC fight over Obi with riders. Obi will run as presidential candidate under PDP from Modu Sheriff. No, he remains in the coalition regardless of what anybody is saying. This is from ADC. You can find that on page 2. Appeal court rules FRSC can't seize licenses, vehicles. Scrap Band A tariff, fix Nigeria's power security, Pat Utomi urges government. Lagos APC boils as members storm assembly, demand chairman's sack. Alright, finally on the Matrix, WAFCON, Tinubu confers OON On Super Falcons, officials team gets $100,000 apartment on page 22. Now to the Daily Times newspaper. Bandits kill 35 Zamfara villagers after receiving 50 million naira ransom. Alright, EFCC arrests 7 Chinese, 4 Nigerians for illegal mining in Akwa Ibom. ICPC begins prosecution of El Rufai's aide, Jimmy Lawal, others in Kaduna. INEC committed to electoral reform, regional democratic consolidation. This is from Yakubu. You can find that on page 9. NCGC targets 100 billion naira credit guarantees to close MSME financing gap. And finally, on the Daily Times, Theft Fund inspects project execution at FCE Ebonyi. All right, now we're moving over to the Blueprint newspaper. On the headlines, we have Lassa fever claimed 152 in epidemiological week 28. 2025. This is from NCDC. Army DSS-backed force kills 45 bandits in Niger, lose 2 fighters. Over 20 million Nigerians live with hepatitis B, C. Nation loses 17.9 trillion naira yearly. With rather 4,252 die annually, Nigeria ranks 3rd with 325,000 cases 2022. All right, we have on the Guardian newspaper. On the Guardian newspaper, we have poor digital retail offerings mar 85 trillion naira stock market potential. NMA threatens strike, rules exit of 30 doctors in Jigawa. 4 trillion naira legacy debt threatens power sector stability. Adelabu warns cement firms profit up by 229% on FX stability as revenue hits 3.2 trillion naira. Security forces kill 45 bandits in Niger, suffer casualties in Katsina. All right, and that is it from the Guardian newspaper and for our newspaper headlines this morning. And we'll be moving over to our review with Chris Maduka. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uche, and good morning, good people of the world. You have joined us this morning for a newspaper review on Signature TV.
All right. One of the most interesting headlines today, Tinubu gives each Falcon player $100,000. National honors, house, and the technical crew as well got $50,000.
Very impressive. Very impressive. But you know, what baffles me about Nigeria is that, for instance, a president will go to a naming ceremony and give probably, let's say, $10,000 or $50,000. And nobody will ask question. Which budget? Whose money? Because there are a certain level of expenses that require some approval. And this is going also to some of the people that are from presidency down to governors. We find that people in power in Nigeria make donations on behalf of either states or nations without consultation. For the young girls, this is just, they find themselves in a time where President Bola Tinubu wants.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you, Chris, but we'll go on a very quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with the conversation. Problem. Do stay with us.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on the Hub, your ultimate show on e-vibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
So I should try harder. So
Okay, I don't know that one.
outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that.
Oh.
That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hubs on e-vibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.
Welcome back. This is still our newspaper headlines and review segment with Chris Maduka. Before we went on that break, Chris, you were talking about the Falcons and
we say congratulations to the Falcons. We have been enjoying their success and the victory at the WAFCON. Everybody is proud of that. We also, they are one of the luckiest Nigerian footballers in the recent history. The people said 27 years, none of the footballers have received this kind of gift. Also, it's somebody will say, it's not me that asked God to create me and put me in the house of a billionaire. So some people are also created and put in the house of poor people. But what we are saying is that most of the Nigerian people in power in Nigeria make some donations without consultations. For instance, somebody has asked me, why should the donation be made in dollars? It is another psychological way of bringing down our naira to uselessness, making our money useless. So we spend dollar in Nigeria now. And the giving of the house, beautiful, national honors, good. But this call to action where when the big goat is chopping or chewing the cord, other smaller goats are watching. Governors are watching. They will do the same thing. Go back to their state and make donations. They step into anywhere and make donation on behalf of the state, on behalf of the nation, without due consultation. Is this constitutional? If it is, beautiful. Is this money coming from where? We should know where it's coming from. Because any money you spend must come from somewhere. When we know that this present government has borrowed more than anybody in the history of Nigeria, and they borrow it and be sharing it like this just to return and win election. That's all. The people, the young girls are lucky. If they did not come back at this time where everybody is talking about 2027, maybe they won't get this. It's good. So another man's meat would always be another man's poison. So the Falcons will not think. We are saying when you make a donation as a leader or governor or president in Nigeria, let's know where the budget is coming from. Because these unmanaged expenses is what kept us where we are. And let's move on. It can still happen. You see governors go to birthday ceremonies, make donations. Nobody, if you do it in some other society, somebody will raise hand and say, excuse me, His Excellency, whose money are you donating? Because this money should be our own. So we should be consulted or the people appropriately be picked from a budget, or the constitution should say whenever we are doing a budget for the nation, we keep the ones for legacy like this and gratis like this. It should be there so that the president each time he can decide that when somebody wins a hockey game, you decide to give the person all. And then whenever the budget cycle comes out, because we are spending money like there's no tomorrow, and our debt profile as at yesterday, somebody was saying 200 trillion, but if you see, and more are being approved by National Assembly, but for the presidency to be borrowing, who will pay? It's not about borrowing, it's what plans do we have to pay? So giving donations to money, why giving it in dollars? Where is the money coming from? These are things. So when we are shouting and clapping, we should know whose money. Because at the end of it all, the goat that's lying on the ground is lying on his skin. You can't eat your cake and have it. When you put the money, they give all these footballers and their everything we put together, remove it from national budget and see what is left. We at times I don't know, but it's beautiful. Good luck to the Falcons.
Good luck to them. And we're seeing that Nigeria is losing 17.9 trillion naira annually to hepatitis. This is a serious growing concern because it's appearing on almost all the papers this morning. You know,
Hepatitis is it a native of Nigeria?
Over 20.
They're just bringing this to put us in hypertension. World Health Organization and the big world pharmaceuticals companies are coming to give us this figure so that everybody is like, hey, hepatitis D, is it a native of Nigeria?
Well,
is it a global epidemic? If it is, then let them bring out the vaccine and not put us in trouble. Nigeria is losing that amount. How much have we lost to say insecurity? How much are we losing to malaria? How much are we losing to hypertension? How much are we losing to diabetes and kidney diseases and cancer? So once in a while, they just trump up this and everybody will be like, hey, people are dying because there's no health structure. When this were okay, nobody is hearing about. If you have in one few cases a hepatitis, whether C, D, or A, whatever varieties that the scientific world has put it on us, if we go safe, they will tell you it's tropical disease. But the hepatitis D, the scientists will tell you how it is, what causes it and what it is. So it's not a native of Nigeria. For us to be losing this, how much budget do the Ministry of Health, and they are coming up with this? That's what you can hear where P2B was telling the federal government, that they come up with data that have no relevance with our lives. Every day they come up with data to keep us all thinking that, are they not part of this data? If Nigeria is losing that amount, what have they done? So you don't just every day trump up issues, tell us the solution. What does the Ministry of Health? What are the Center for Disease Control? What are they telling the people not to get involved in this? What causes hepatitis D? Who is bringing it out? What are the situations? It just tell you how much we are losing. So Nigerian life, everybody in politics are just telling about figures, money. Nothing about the people.
Well, here it says 4,252 die annually, and Nigeria is ranking 3rd when it comes to
beautiful cases. At least we are getting up. If we rank first in West African women football, WAFCON, we will rank 3rd in hepatitis D all over the world, and they are seeing it. People in Abuja, they're not seeing it. Ministry of Health, they're not seeing it. The president of Nigeria, not seeing it. All of them that are talking about coalition, and are they not seeing it? Is it what they are discussing? National Assembly, are they not seeing it? Is it what they are talking? Did it come up in the agenda? We are deceiving ourselves, and we are waiting for 2027. If this number dies, if the people in power are thinking that they will return in 2007, with 2027, with this number of people dying annually, they will know it's their votes that are going, so they will do something. But because they don't care, and in Nigeria, the whole Nigeria can die and they still go back to Abuja. Abuja is cocooned. The little number of policemen we have are guarding them there. And this security is consuming people. Hunger is consuming people. Hepatitis D is consuming people. Hardship and hunger. Sicknesses of different types. People are dying. Go. These days, because posters are very expensive, you go in the streets before, you see posters of obituary. But these days, because to make one poster is even, so people don't even do anything like that again. So, but people are dying. If you want to know, go to the nearest morgue. Some morgue, after all, is this a place very near where I'm talking from. Over 2,090 something corpses were buried that the people did not come to claim. And people are moving around thinking Nigeria is not at home.
All right, now we're seeing El Rufai has been expelled from SDP and banned for 30 years.
If you kill the doctor or the native doctor that is doing juju for you to survive, what of the ones who are doing juju for you to die? This is all calculated. It's coming from the same source, and they know. For even the bug to have beaten SDP, good luck to them. The bug has beaten Labour. Look at where they are. The bug started biting PDP. They have gone into pieces. He has started biting SDP now because they've looked around and said, it's like SDP is they now inject the bug. This is one is COVID-19 has that Nigerian COVID-19 virus beating all the political parties. That will tell you that all is not well. How can SDP, when El-Rufai didn't enter SDP, where were SDP? You know what happened? I was looking at it. Labour Party are messing up with Obi, and they are there now in Dodro. The SDP are messing up with El-Rufai, so so what next? We know where it's coming from, but woe betide any political party in Nigeria that will destroy themselves to please anybody. There is nothing you will do to your girlfriend's son to call you papa. All these people, you only chop the money, and then after all, we are in Nigeria. Nobody is asking them. Just collect money, do anything, destroy your house. You come and live in mine.
But I think it's because he's been identifying with the ADC.
Is he the only party that there was in there? Who has sacked their own? You see, when the Labour talk, they've broken into faction. So now is what they want to do. Somebody want to make SDP break into small faction. Well, another group will say, we support them to fight this. Once they get that, they've gotten them. Because it happened to Labour. Labour, the Madi group say, hey, the other one say, they are talking nonsense and they are scattered until they are waiting for, they're just gauging all those betting, political betting. They are doing palm one, lose two, and all those nonsense. They don't want to consolidate and stay one place and know what they are doing. This is confusion. And we are watching. It's interesting. My concern is, this is not my issue. My issue is hunger and hardship. This is destructive. As far as I'm concerned, SDP is a political party registered in Nigeria. They can sack anybody. If they can sack themselves, they can go back to who registered them and say, we don't want to resist again. It doesn't concern me. Let them not come and bring these distractions. Sack anybody, sack yourself, and come back to me and live in my house. I have a political party.
Now, just before we go, because we are running out of time, on the Punch newspaper, U.S. birth tourism has cracked down, sparked Nigerian hospital reform call, saying that Nigerians can no longer travel abroad just to have children, just to give birth, and their children will have American citizenship. So once they find out that that's the reason you are going there, your visa won't be.
They are not being fair. If I'm going to give birth to a child, why are they allowing the dead politicians to come and die in their country? Why are they allowing them to come and pay $3,700 pounds for a day in a clinic? They are not stopping those ones. They are stopping those who are coming to buy children.
So that their children
the international communities are complicit to what's happening in Nigeria, and it's unfortunate that Nigerians do not see it. They will decide. Of course, I don't blame them. The one that is more beneficial for them, because if you come and die in their country after a few days in the hospital, if you are able to stay 20 days, times it by 3,500 pounds, they will put that. Then they will put you in a cargo to send you back to Nigeria. And it's their airline that will bring you back. You pay all their customs and all the food to where bill you to here to come to the cemetery where we bury you. That is, I don't blame them. So that's one that pays them. They don't ban it. The ones that you are going to be there, children, they have a way, they will give you some insurance, give you a lot of support. They don't want that because they're spending money. So that has shown Nigeria medical tourism.
Exactly.
I saw the viral video of, it's a drama of some Nigerian politicians who went to India. They say, welcome to India. They go to the doctor, we treat you. They put the man, he went there, he was a Nigerian doctor. The doctor was looking at him like this, welcome. The politician woke up and said, hey, is there no other doctor here? Please come and sack this man. The man said, hey, you won't carry your wickedness from Nigeria to come here. You owe me salary in Nigeria. We went on strike. You did not pay us all our allowances. I managed to come here, establish a hospital. You carry your wickedness and come and stay here, they will sack me. You will not go back alive. The man started crying. When you look at the words where that drama was taking place, Nigerian politicians in that place were many. In fact, the man looked up and said, "Hey, minister, he said, no, no, no." He started speaking India. Won't blame me. I'm not a Nigerian.
All right.
That's the drama Nigerian politicians have turned us to. They make mess of us. We become laughing stock in the international community.
Exactly.
And they're thinking they're running around. Somebody else will come and build Nigeria for us. Let them chop Nigeria. Somebody make a joke and say, sell Nigeria, let's share the money. If they had managed to sell it, some people would have started a smaller Nigeria with their own share. And then the bigger Nigeria can. But now, some people imposed that everybody must be in Nigeria so that they will be bigger chunk of what they chop. But it's not fair.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris.
We didn't say God bless Nigeria.
Yes, God bless
for those
Nigeria.
who deserve to be blessed.
All right, thank you for the review this morning, and that is it for our newspaper headlines and review. Do stay tuned as we have more conversations coming your way.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.